We're currently in Jeddah, and when we were making our way over to Jeddah, coming up the Red Sea, we noticed our main winch on the starboard side was making a little bit of noise. So today we're going to take it apart, take a look at it, and show you everything there is to do with this winch on this side. And at the end, we'll show you what to do if for some reason when you push the button to make it go, it doesn't work.
In order to have days like this, you're going to have days like this. This is Tips on Tuesday. We're going to talk about what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Stay tuned so you don't feel like doing this. If you like these videos, please subscribe and give us a like. And if you have anything to add to the conversation or any questions, please leave them below.
Now the first thing you're going to need is a bucket to put. You need a bucket to put all your parts in. The second thing you're going to want is maybe a hammer like this. And the third thing you're going to want right off the bat is some piece of wood or something, because you'll see. So they come apart pretty easy. This part up here, you can see it's in several pieces. This piece right here, it was broken by the guy that did the service in Trinidad. So today I'm going to replace all of that.
Next thing I'm going to do is remove the drum bearings, and there's a spacer at the bottom and there's a spacer between the top bearing and the bottom two. Now we'll remove the two pins that hold the gears, and this gear assembly will be removed.
Let's just put a screwdriver there. That goes on the bottom of that, like that. Got one other one to take out, which is this one.
Now we'll take out the two collets and remove the main spindle.
I'd have to take this one out first. That goes in there. That one goes in there.
In order to move this gear assembly, we have to remove the center stem. So, there are 5 hex screws we need to remove. The disassembly process is complete, and now we're going to put the new jaw assembly on the drum.
Line up that pin, then put these on. They just don't, they have to go on a certain way. Now let's look at that again. Perfection. Everything seems to be good. And we got it all cleaned up on the inside. All right, let's go to the next step.
The base was quite a mess, so the cleaning process begins.
So this thing was really dirty. We're gonna have to work at it just a little bit longer. So now I'm just gonna give it a good coating of Corrosion X. I'm gonna clean off the Corrosion X. Just make it clean. That's what I want to see. I just want, because I just want a film of Corrosion X all the way over this thing. Well, I think that looks pretty good. So this piece was the first piece that goes on. So let's get it cleaned up. Now there are some minor cracks in this, so we have to be really careful how we clean it. So we put a little bit of lithium grease on this, and we're going to stick that right in the hole there. And we'll use the rest of the lithium grease around this. Okay, so let's get those pawls out of there. It's not very difficult to do. So you can see the pawls look pretty good. Everything looks good so far, but let's just continue to get it cleaned up, and we'll get this piece ready to go back in. So one of the things I want you to notice is the springs are on the inside in there, and that pops the pawls out. If the pawls, you know, aren't springy like that, then something's wrong and you gotta fix them. But those actually look pretty good. I might pop those pawls out and clean up inside and re-oil it, but that actually looks pretty good. Now here is a problem. See, these pawls are sticking. So these pawls, I'm gonna have to clean those up and maybe even replace them. But I think I can get those cleaned up. Let's pop those pawls out. And it's not very difficult to pop a pawl out. You just have to get that spring and pop the spring out, and it's pretty simple. So there's the spring and the pawl, and let's get the spring out of there. Spring, there's the pawl. Now we just have to get this thing cleaned up and re-oiled. So now we've got it pretty clean. Got the pawls free and clear. So we're going to put a little bit of oil on each of the pawls, and we're going to start greasing this thing up and putting it back together. So now we put a little grease on the gears, and we'll just pop these babies in. Now that sounds pretty nice. See the spring right in there? So you need to collapse the spring and get it in. And we'll do the same with this one. That's nice. Let's just put a little bit of oil on there. I think that's all together properly. And it sounds really good. Listen to that. You can hear all the pals just clicking nice. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray some Lanacoat down each of the holes. And we cleaned the screws And we're going to spray some Lanacoat on the screw too. So the Lanacoat is going to keep it from, actually, hopefully, so I'll be able to get those things off next time. But we'll spray them all with Lanacoat. Prevents thread seizure. So, watch. Okay, now all the bolts are tied down. Ah, that sounds pretty nice. Now let's just put a little bit of grease on these, just a little bit. And a little bit of grease on these here. Now we're going to grease up these babies and put them on here. So that's our next step. Well, I think it's time to put this one down in there. These stops need to be cleaned and put in. So that's what we'll do. Clean those up. Now these go right in there, but it's hard to put them in with one hand, so I'll just put them in right now. Okay, now they're in place. This is all greased up. Looks all clean. There's only one more piece to put on. Let's do it. Okay. Well, here we go. Just line this thing up wherever you want it, and usually I'll just put it there for now. By design. So it's all put back together, and listen to the sound. It sounds perfect, except this is a little tight up here. But it's brand new, so I kind of expect it. Now, of course, it's cleanup time. Gotta put all the boxes away. Plumbing box. Oh, what's in this box? Oh, some greasy stuff. And then get all the boxes put back together, get all this cleaned up. It doesn't look too bad, but then we got to get all the windows cleaned and for our guests. Okay, so here, here's the circuit breakers for the winch, and they're in the pass-through cabin right there. So let's go look at that. Motor. And that, I tell you, is pretty freaking large. And these are my tags that tell me what wires are what. But that is the winch motor. So one time I had a problem and the winch didn't work, and then I found that the winches, the circuit breakers are here.
I'll tell you what, you really want to take care of your winches, especially size 58s. Look at this, $3,700. That's just for the conversion kit. It's an additional $4,300 for the winch. But if your electric motor goes down, it's only going to cost you about $1,600 to get a new one.
If you like this video, give us a like down below and click here to subscribe. That really helps us. And if you want to watch more of us, click one of those.
They said it came from Spanish.